Hello, friends. Sergeant Host Derek here of the Type Police. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. In this episode of the Type Police, we've got a perp underneath the badge on the curb purporting to be INFJ. Is he? Let's find out. Coming up after this. Try as you might, you just can't hide, 'cause you're mistyped. And I've been waiting to pull you over all night. Type police, type police. Please pull that guy over. He says he's INTP, but seems extroverted, sensing to me. I think he's ESFP or type police. Alright. Come up from behind the badge, sir. Let's see what we got here. I'm an INFJ. So your title says... Let's watch a bit and see what we see.
This video is going to be potentially a little bit brutal. I am going to have to be very honest with you guys. I almost feel like it's one of those moments in a film where the villain reveals who he really is. Well, not really. Okay. I'm not an INFP. I'm an INFJ. And I've got a feeling that maybe this video might piss a few people off, because I've had so many people comment under my videos, especially when I've talked about being an INFP, or the one I made about being confused about being INFP, INFJ. And I had so many people comment that I was definitely an INFP. And said, oh, no, you're an INFP, I see it, I agree with these things, and I understand, and I'm an INFP myself, and I can relate. Here's the thing. If you ever wanted to meet someone who could convince you that they were something that they're not, guilty as charged. I'm ridiculously good at it because I've been doing it my whole goddamn life. It's kind of my...
I mean, he's telling me at the moment. The way he began by stating that he's going to have to be really honest this time. You guys, listen. I'm not lying this time, okay? This time I'm telling you the truth. Well, except I'm buying it, though. I'm buying this narrative he's selling at the moment. Let's see if I continue to do so.
Survival mechanism, and it's something that has almost become out of control. It just happens, and it is literally something that, to be honest, I've only become aware of recently when I've been getting more into MBTI and especially understanding the cognitive functions in more detail. It's also the reason I have been off the radar for the last month or so, because I've been in crazy hardcore introspective mode, hermit mode, and also I've been on the verge of depression. Well, fuck it, I have been depressed. And the truth is, because on one hand I feel like I've been misleading people, not intentionally, not that I mean to, but because I've been misleading myself and pulling the wool over my eyes for so many years now. Learning these cognitive functions about MBTI and specifically the INFJ, because I've looked at both now, of INFP and INFJ, to try and figure this out, trying to get to the heart of the matter. I have been literally...
Let me just stop right here and just say this is the sort of reality that, as a law enforcement officer in the typological community, I face every day. People are finding themselves in sometimes criminal conflict with the law, and it's, you hear these stories, you realize it's not really this person's fault. If he is in violation, if he's not in compliance, then he's not in compliance. But at the moment, I'm seeing somebody who was out of compliance and perhaps has successfully and correctly brought himself into compliance, That's something that we, the Type Police, want to applaud, if that is in fact the case. I have not rendered a judgment here yet. Alright, so, hey, those of you who think this is already accomplished, you're jumping the gun here. Okay? And you know what happens when you jump the gun, you get the siren. I'm not sure he's an INFJ yet, but let's continue watching. I noticed that when I tend to let people go, I tend to be a little slower in the coming to be convinced thing, and when I tend to arrest people, I tend to be a little faster. So that bodes well in terms of the odds at the moment. Let's see.
Actually hooked up to the internet like I've been attached to a ball and chain. I haven't been able to leave it alone. I've just gone nuts with information overload and trying to figure this out. I've been Googling like a madman. I've read everything on the internet now about INFP, INFJ to try and figure this shit out.
How do madmen Google?
I finally understood it. I finally figured out what it all means. I finally got that final piece of the puzzle. And from the day that I made the video about being an INFP, or I was so enthusiastic about it, and I stand by everything I say in that video, but I realise it wasn't a completely true reflection of what I actually am, who I actually am. Because this has been the biggest problem I've had my entire life in trying to home in on who I am or what I am. I'm a walking contradiction. Anyone who really knows me will tell you the same thing.
You and the girl Michelle.
And I feel like I've never actually ever been able to be or open myself up completely with anybody in my life. Even people I consider my close friends. There is always this sense of I feel a bit disconnected from everything and everyone. But I have become so good at being able to fit in and to merge and to change my personality, and it's almost uncanny how I can do it. It's scary how I can do it. It scares myself how I can do it.
Alright, now look. You might say, as I might typically say, quit telling me and start showing me. But he is showing me at the same time he's telling me here, because he's selling me on this shit. Now that's circular reasoning. I'm not going to deny that, but let's give him a little more time. He's a curious fellow. He's a curious case. What's his name? Tom Davison. The Curious Case of Tom Davison. Sorry if this comes across a bit overly dramatic. As if the biggest news in the world. That's pretty, effy. Let's proceed.
And like I say, it's almost unconscious. It's not like I decide to do it. It's not like I want to do it. It's not like I'm trying to mislead people or whatever. It just happens. And because of that, and because I never have understood why until recently, still figuring this INFJ shit out, figuring these cognitive functions out and not understanding it, it's caused me massive suffering, massive pain, and feeling like I've been living this half-life where I've almost been disembodied from myself for so many years now. And it's why I have to make this video, it's why I have to draw the line under this, and why I feel like I'm having to do it in a way that might come across as sounding a bit harsh, a bit stern, and almost a bit too direct. Because when I've tried to make this video in the past, I've been too worried about upsetting people or misleading people or not. I've been just too whimsical about, not whimsical, but I just haven't been.
So he talks about, he's concerned that this video might come across as meow, 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 meow. He's not concerned that people might be offended, or people might get their feelings hurt, or people might not grok with this or something. He's concerned that the perception management isn't going to go well. So that's indicative of FE. Now you might say, well, why are you saying INFJ, or couldn't he just easily be ISFJ? No, not based on what he's saying. Now, granted, self-reporting is mia to pia, somewhere between mia and pia. But regardless, I'm just buying it. I just buy it. I think he's an INFJ. I'm going to give him just a couple more minutes, then I'm going to let him go. Unless something dramatic turns around here, like he says something like, and most importantly, I prioritize authenticity over your perceptions. Even then, I would probably be like, you fucker. You're playing some sort of INFJ trick on me again. INFJs play little tricks like that. They'll lead you down a path, and then you realize they gotcha. They're tricky.
Being able to really clarify it enough, because I've been doing it in this way where I just fall back into the, oh, well, yeah, I think it's because of this, and because, and it just completely changes my persona, and it is misleading. And again, I don't mean it to be. I have loved every goddamn comment I've read on these videos. I have loved making these videos. I've loved talking to people. Everyone who's subscribed to this channel, people who've messaged me from around the world. But this thing has been the most crazily in-depth period in my life when it comes to finding out who I am. It has taken me to depths and levels of insight about my own nature that have been so profoundly relevant. It has been scary. And I have to say, right.
And I have to say relevant because of some TI defense stuff that's coming in. Notice he's saying relevant, not resonant. This is a TIFE calculus. And I just don't see, I'm not seeing an STP here. So I'm going to go, I'm not seeing an STP and I'm not seeing an NTP. So I'm going to go NFJ. And I'm not seeing an ENFJ, so I'm going to go INFJ. So I'm going to let his ass go. But I'm going to let him say why he used the word relevant. Because, you know, you already get to go free, mister. But I want to hear your reason.
Right now, if you are into Myers-Briggs, if you've recently come into Myers-Briggs, if you have found this channel because of the video I made about being an INFP originally, because that was literally, I made that video the first time after I'd come across Myers-Briggs, I have to say, you need to look at cognitive functions. Lots of people kept on telling me, look at cognitive functions, look at cognitive functions. And I was like, yeah, I will, but I'm having fun identifying as this at the moment. It's, you know, I think I found my people, I think I found my place in the world. It explains a lot of stuff.
That's so much perception management. It's great. No, you're an INFJ, homie. Home fries, banana pants. I got the prison door lined up, but I guess I'm not going to use it. Got dancing party dance lined up too, but maybe
dancing party dance.
Instead of going to prison, you get to do a dancing party
And
dance.
instead of learning words, you should dance along. If you don't know the dance, don't fret about it, friend, cause dance teaching songs
Have a long tradition and a dancing party dance, which comes with the song.
It's not a hard dance to do and not too long. First you're walking forward,
Talking stuff. Alright, enough of that.
look around, now wave,
Pull out your guns.
now walking backwards.
A total 4 steps. Once there, drop your guns.
Once there, drop your guns, cause it's time to rest and
the axle rose. My dip in your ribs. Stop.
clap.
Stop
step back,
dancing party
step
dance.
back, clap, clap.
Stop.
Down to the foot, the dance is on the left.
Damn it.
Pan it out of you, then pan it back correct. Next to the foot, the dance is on the right. You pan it out of you, then you pan it back inside. Look over your shoulder, be tugging a kite.
Okay.
Let it go in the cold, start a fight. Finally clap your hands to your ass, check you want.
Why won't you work?
Then slap your chest. Then slap your chest. Then slap your chest. Dancing party dance now. Back at its root. If you need another chance, put this video on loop. Push your walking forward. Pointing and stuff. Look around now. Wave. Pull out your gun.
Stop. Okay. Obviously, that didn't work out very well. You get to go free. I'm sorry that you didn't get a chance to do any part of Dancing Party Dance properly. But maybe that's just a message from the slaps that just going free doesn't have any song. So, goodbye. Until next time, I've been Sergeant Host Derek of the Type Police.
Try as you might, you just can't hide, 'cause you're mistyped. And I've been waiting to pull you over all night. Type police, type police. Please pull that guy over. He says he's INTP, but seems extroverted, sensing to me.